The open road had always been their home, the rusted relics of forgotten America their treasure. But no amount of historical finds or television fame could prepare Mike Wolfe for the heartbreaking moment when tragedy struck. Frank Fritz, his longtime friend and partner in picking, had suffered a devastating stroke, leaving fans and loved ones reeling. The once inseparable duo, whose adventures had captivated millions, found themselves on separate paths, one of success and expansion, the other of struggle and decline. What had begun as a simple love for antiques and storytelling had morphed into a journey marked by triumph, estrangement, and ultimately a final painful goodbye. This is the untold story of Mike and Frank, the rise, the fall, and the friendship that endured even in the face of tragedy. Mike Wolfe and Frank Fritz's journey together is a tale of friendship, passion, ambition, and ultimately redemption. Their story begins long before the bright lights of television and the fame that would later shape their lives. It starts in small-town America, where both men discovered their love for history and forgotten treasures. Mike Wolfe, growing up in LeClaire, Iowa, exhibited an entrepreneurial spirit from an early age. At just 4 years old, he began picking, salvaging discarded bicycles, repairing them, and selling them for a profit. By the time he was a teenager, he had turned his parents' garage into a makeshift repair shop, known as Mike's Bikes, where he honed his skills in restoration and negotiation. His natural curiosity and deep appreciation for American material culture set him on a path that would eventually lead him to national fame. Frank Fritz, on the other hand, took a different yet equally compelling route. He spent his early years working at Coast to Coast Hardware, where he developed a keen interest in vintage tools and firefighting memorabilia. Unlike Mike, who thrived on the thrill of the hunt, Frank had a more meticulous and analytical approach to picking. He possessed an innate ability to recognize and appreciate the finer details of an item, ensuring that every piece he acquired held historical significance and potential value. His engaging storytelling skills and keen attention to detail made him an exceptional collector, attributes that would later define his role on television. The two men crossed paths due to their shared passion for finding and preserving America's forgotten relics. While their personalities differed, Mike being the visionary risk-taker and Frank a detail-oriented historian, they found a perfect balance in each other's skills. Together, they embarked on countless road trips, exploring barns, garages, and abandoned properties in search of valuable antiques. What started as a simple hobby quickly evolved into a full-fledged profession, and before long, their adventures were being documented in a way that would change their lives forever. Mike, believing that their journey deserved a wider audience, spent 5 years filming their picking escapades using a handheld camera. Over time, he accumulated more than 300 hours of raw footage, which he tirelessly pitched to various networks. However, his vision for a show was repeatedly rejected 27 times, to be exact. Many executives failed to see the appeal of two men rummaging through old barns and negotiating over rusty antiques. But Mike remained undeterred, convinced that the authenticity and adventure of their work would eventually find the right audience. His perseverance paid off in January 2010 when the History Channel finally took a chance on the show that would become American Pickers. From the very first episode, the series struck a chord with audiences, drawing an impressive 3.5 million viewers. People were captivated not just by the treasures Mike and Frank unearthed, but by the camaraderie and chemistry they shared. Their genuine friendship and enthusiasm for picking set American Pickers apart from other reality shows. Unlike many reality programs that relied on manufactured drama, Mike and Frank insisted on keeping their show authentic. Their passion was real, their negotiations were unscripted, and their excitement for each discovery was entirely genuine. This commitment to authenticity played a crucial role in the show's massive success, making it a cultural phenomenon. However, success came with its own set of challenges. The grueling production schedule demanded more than 240 filming days per year, with each day stretching 13 to 14 hours. The relentless travel and physical demands of the job began taking a toll on both men, but especially on Frank, who had long battled Crohn's disease. His health issues often made it difficult for him to keep up with the physically demanding nature of their work, leading to occasional missed filming days and rescheduled shoots. As the show evolved, so did the dynamic between the two friends. What was once a spontaneous and adventurous endeavor became a structured and meticulously planned production. With an ever-growing audience and increased commercial expectations, the nature of their picking trips changed, and the spontaneity that had once defined their experiences started to fade. In addition to the challenges of fame, the two men also began to pursue different business paths. Mike expanded his brand, opening multiple antique archaeology stores, one in Iowa and another in Nashville, focusing on building a broader empire around their shared passion. Meanwhile, Frank preferred a quieter and more traditional approach, maintaining a single shop in Savannah, Illinois. Their differing visions for the future of their work subtly drove a wedge between them, creating an underlying tension that fans began to notice. By 2019, the divide between Mike and Frank had become increasingly evident. They were now filming separately, a stark contrast to their earlier days of traveling together. While Mike continued to embrace the expansion of the American Pickers brand, Frank became increasingly frustrated with the direction the show was taking. He felt it had strayed too far from its original purpose, becoming more about business than the thrill of discovery. Off camera, Frank expressed his frustrations, at one point exclaiming, "This isn't what we started this for." These differences, coupled with Frank's ongoing health struggles, placed further strain on their friendship. In 2020, Frank's health took a severe downturn. His battle with Crohn's disease intensified, and he required multiple medical procedures, including 17 emergency interventions over 2 years. His deteriorating condition, combined with personal struggles, led to his eventual departure from American Pickers. Fans were left speculating about the real reasons behind his absence, as neither Mike nor the History Channel provided clear answers. Frank later revealed in interviews that he had also been struggling with alcohol dependency and had entered rehab to seek help. This revelation further complicated his relationship with the show, as he felt abandoned during his most vulnerable time. Then, in early 2022, Frank suffered a massive stroke, a tragic turn of events that shocked fans and those close to him. While their friendship had become strained in recent years, Mike did not hesitate to visit Frank regularly during his hospitalization. Behind the scenes, he even contributed to Frank's medical expenses, ensuring that he received the best care possible. Though their public interactions had diminished, Mike's actions spoke volumes about the deep bond they had once shared. After months of recovery, Mike and Frank finally reunited on Memorial Day 2023. It was an emotional moment that saw the two longtime friends put their differences aside. Mike expressed his regret for allowing their friendship to deteriorate, acknowledging that no one could replace Frank in his life. The moment was a reminder that despite everything, their bond had never truly been broken. Unfortunately, their reconciliation came just in time for a bittersweet farewell. By October 2024, Frank's health had taken another turn for the worse, and he passed away, leaving behind a legacy that extended far beyond reality television. Mike remained by his side in his final days, bringing him mementos from their shared adventures, offering comfort in the form of the history they'd both cherished. In the wake of Frank's passing, the Fritz Memorial Fund was established to honor his contributions to the world of picking and historical preservation. The fund is dedicated to supporting efforts that align with Frank's lifelong passion for collecting and preserving America's material culture. Meanwhile, Mike took it upon himself to share the untold truths of Frank's struggles, ensuring that his friend's story was remembered with honesty and dignity. Though the future of American Pickers remains uncertain, the impact of their journey is undeniable.